organized. No cameras going on. Gotta plug in my headphones here. I don't know. Yeah. Let's get this camera going. RPG Grandma. Been a while. I see you're starting to get those videos out again. I've been checking them out. I've been seeing them. I gotta do the same thing here. Get my camera working. Oh, there's the camera. How you doing, RPG Grandma? How is everything? Get the foci going here. I mean to ask you how that project of yours came with the Cyclopeans. Yeah, you've been busy, all right. How'd the Cyclopeans go? I don't think I ever seen the end result of that. Don't tell me you set it aside for later. Better than it was? I think I got this focused. Boy, is that dark. The Abyss. Ay, ay, ay. Cyclops is about to get back to... Oh, you're about to get back to him. Put him off, didn't you? Yeah, I get it. Yeah. That happens to all of us. For sure. Alright, I'm gonna leave that the way it is. That is good enough for me. I hope you get back to it, though. I was really following along with that. You're the one that got me using more the green stuff. I've been using it quite a bit. I'm not as advanced as you, of course. All that fancy texture sculpting. Yeah, things happen. I get it. I get it. That's all right. I forgive you, Grandma. I forgive you. You know it. These are 3D prints I just did yesterday. Let's get this off the screen there. Oh, let me see. Well, it's good to hear from you again, for sure. Sure. I got some ships. I'm gonna tinker with those. Gonna give these guys the old Zenth treatment. There's the black prime. I'm gonna add some gray and then some white. Again, I 3D printed these yesterday. Not exactly completely happy with the results. Need to turn my exposure up, I think. Just a little bit. And I got these. Of course, I showed them off yesterday. Just got these for our Deadzone games. This is the Forge Fathers faction. Basically the Space Dwarves. For Romantic Games Deadzone. I'm going to start putting these together, I think. So I'm going to do a bunch of things today. A little bit of painting, a little bit of priming, and a little bit of assembling. Or cleaning up, at least. There's 11 models in here. So that'll be fun. Oh. Oh. But first, the good old-fashioned stretch of the back. Oh, man. Get ourselves all straightened out here. See who joins me tonight. I'm pretty much back doing these consistently. Yeah. A little bit more often than I usually do. Yeah. I'm playing some games. Got my hobby back. Painting up my own stuff for a change. Got a slew of spaceships I'm going to be using with Void Admiral. You can see the rules up on the corner of the video there. Been playing a lot of Deadzone from Mantic Games. Got Jake involved. He's been coming up on weekends playing. Jesse, he's moving in with me up here. Not with me, he's going to be in the other house here, but yeah, that's happening. There's so much going on. But yeah, since I semi-retired from commission painting, I've been actually able to work on my own stuff. And I'm telling you, it feels good. It feels so good to be back at it again. You know, not just doing commissions. But I do have some other projects to do that are commissions. I'm going to work on gradual. I'm just very fortunate that the folks who are my clients at the moment are more than understanding and totally everything at my own pace. So that's awesome. Kevin, you know who you are. Appreciate it, my friend. I will start bringing in the arts and crafts to plug away at for D&D and other games. Yeah, that's good. How much of a break did you take? Were you completely out of the hobby there for that whole time? Just nothing? Again, I don't need to know what was going on, but yeah, it sounds like you were pretty much out of it. Must feel good for you to get back into it, huh? That's what I feel like. Only I was out of it for like 5 years. Straight. I was doing more role-playing than anything, which is great. But, you know, I love painting miniatures, you know, my stuff. Doing my own game, miniatures games. That I've been missing for a long time. I'm not completely out, but no extra time to do much. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Oh, my face cam looks terrible. I look like a pale ghost. God, is that what I look like? I better get back in my cave. Looks like I've been living in the shade all my life. Let's try and fix the camera here. What the hell's going on? Pardon the French. Give me a little saturation for once. That's a little too much. Careful. Let's see. I need to turn the brightness down for one. There we go. There, that's good. Maybe just a little bit. Turn that up a little bit. Alright, that looks better. Yikes. I'm gonna watch myself here. That's right, you're doing the Warriors of Mars thing. Yeah, I saw that. Warriors of Mars. .172, the classic HO scale, right? Is that HO scale or is 176 HO scale? It's one of the two. We're all thinking of those Airfix minis, right? Oh, let's fix our ambience here. Hell Freya. For sure. Let's get up our little thingy-majiggy here. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Let's get that up on the screen. There we go. There we go. Much better. 1974 Wargaming RPG. 1974. Is that when you started gaming? Nah, really? 187.5 equals HO skill. Alright, I gotcha. 18.5 millimeters. Boy, that makes sense. Because they are a little bit bigger. Okay, well, that answers that. Bada bingo. Let's get some ships. But you're definitely not HO scale. Not sure what scale you'd call these. They're not really a scale at all. Now let's just keep these out here. These little ships I'm working on. It's too dark in here. Boy, I'm just in a complaining mood today. I'd be too young. Yeah, okay, I got you. I think it's too dark in here. Let me light some candles or something. Painting by candlelight. Sounds good to me. Off the grid living. Off the grid hobbying. I like it. I started in the late 70s. For me, technically, I think I got started in the early 80s, 1981. But I was doing stuff before, like you, in the late 70s. I'm not sure the timing of all my nonsense. But I remember Hex Encounter board game was involved through Strategy and Tactics magazine, which is pretty hardcore for somebody that young. I remember that. And then all the other goofy stuff like Airfix and American Heritage games. Remember American Heritage? There's stuff that they used to put out like Battle Cry, Broadside, that aerial World War I. What was that called? That was a good one. I really liked that one. I used to play that. That's kind of gaming, you know? That's kind of hobby related, but not really. I know I was doing that in the 70s. But I don't know. And I know I got the red box for D&D in 81. So I know when I got that. And a lot of things came after that, so 9 or 10. Yeah, you remember. They were good games. They were good games. I had a few of them, and I loved them. I remember I'd go to the toy store up in the mall, and they had a whole section of Atlantic miniatures. They were like Airfix. They had the Airfix stuff, too. But I remember Atlantic had these big box sets, like the Roman Colosseum, and it was full of gladiators and lions and tigers and people in the crowds. They had a lot of sets. They had World War II, the Battle of Okinawa. They had Old West stuff like Apache Pass. And what they were big sets of plastic, 1/7/2 scale plastic miniatures with a battle mat and everything. So it was like a kind of a war game. It had rules in the back of the mat. And you flip it over and you put things on it, move around and, kill each other somehow. I don't remember how you played those, but I used to collect them and I loved them. Good times. Good times. Yeah, I think we're all doing that. You remember those? Oh my God, they were awesome. Hi, Chris. What's the matter? Did I lose my voice? I don't know. Talking to Grandma here. We would build armies off of those toys. Oh yeah, good times. I still have all my stuff. I got about 90% of all my stuff. I even got the original boxes and everything. Yeah, we're getting old. We're getting old, Chris. It's crazy. At least you're going to Thailand. Take me with you, man. Take me with you. I don't like the fly, so knock me out or something, you know? Put me in a luggage bag and I'll be fine. I'll wake up in Thailand. I'll be so grateful. Knowing my luck, I'd wake up halfway through the trip. That wouldn't be good. Oh, it'd be tragedy. Dig up your parents' flower beds to make terrain features. Yep, did that. I lost a lot of soldiers and toys in my garden. Or my mom's garden. Even to this day, as I hook around there planting and stuff, I'm wondering if I'll find something. Some little buried treasure from the days gone by. You never know. I got stuff buried around here like squirrels and walnuts. It's ridiculous. I keep my eyes open because you never know. Not all of it was plastic, so I probably wouldn't survive. Oh, God. What a life. Anyway, let's not get too carried away here with the gardening. Trying to recollect what I was going to do here. There was 3 things. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll start with these guys. Do a little zenth. My parents keep finding G.I. Joe and 172 in the backyard. I bet they do. I bet they do. G.I. Joe. The big ones? The big 12-inch tall dolls? Or the half-size ones that were like, what, 6 or 8 inches? I remember those skinny guys. I remember the really tall ones, too. They were ridiculous. Boy, we had some cool toys back then. I'm telling you. Man, those were the good old days. What a time to grow up. I feel so bad for kids these days. Oh, boy, here we go. Another one of my rants. I mean, they got all this fancy technology and stuff, but man, you do not need that technology to have the joy that we had. And I think they're losing out. You know, yeah, they got toys now, but it's like junk to them. It's nothing. They all sit around on their tablets now. For the parents that let them play with their own tablets. And technological gadgets. What a shame. Now I need to make cheap. To make it cheap, anyone can make armies for WOM. Not sure what that is. I'll have to stop and think. I don't know what the hell that stands for. I know it's something you're talking about. I know it is. You just mentioned it earlier. I can't remember what it was, though. Warriors of Mars. Okay, I got it. So people can see anyone can war game like it's 1974. Yeah, there you go. Action figures. Oh, is that what they were called? Dolls for boys. Lost so many soldiers and action figures. Stretch Armstrong. Jesse had that. But we pulled him. We pulled him. I remember old Stretch. That was good fun, stretching him across the lawn. Oh, good times. We had great sword fights with sticks, too. Yeah, jousting tournaments on the bikes and trash cans for shields. Oh, yeah, and the brooms. We used to use brooms. We'd charge at each other. Crash. Walkabout games. My dog buried it. Dog buried it. Warriors of Mars. Yeah, I know what it was. I just couldn't think. I kept thinking worm for some reason. W-O-M. Worm. Worms of Mars. Big Wheels. Yeah, Big Wheels, Hot Wheels, Tonka toys. My mom used to collect Tonka toys, so I had access to them. Oh, you're back at it again. Alex Jensen. Jensen! All the way from the Netherlands. Is it Netherlands? Norway. Because Netherlands is on my mind. Where was it? Yeah. Was it Denmark? It was Denmark. I think it was Denmark. I don't know why I said the Netherlands. That's not even... That's pretty south from there. The Netherlands. Well, Alex isn't Hollander there. He's up Scandinavia way. Yeah, Denmark. You're back at it again. Saw these Infinity troops. Nice regards from Denmark. Denmark, there we go. Mm-hmm. Slot car racing. Oh, man, I was big into that. So was my cousin who lived down the road. He had a big layout. He used to collect all these cars. But yeah, I was big into that myself. For Christmas, I'd get a new set. Just finished 3D designing bases for my American Civil War. I should print some for Leon. Yeah, there's an idea. Tinker Toys. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Not Tonka. Tonka's the big giant toys. Tinker Toys. Those are the things my mom used to collect. Your freaking antiques. Tinker Toys. So, because she had them, I could play with them too. Little Tinker Toys. Or reminiscing today, as we usually do, because everybody that comes into my chats is, I think we all have walkers and canes. Let's get to that stage. What the hell's going on here? Except for Chris, he's going to Thailand. He's still got the energy to do it. Ticket tours are awesome. So is what's that one? Meccano? I never heard of that one. Must be a Canadian thing. Not big into the baby dolls? Yeah, neither was I. We're on the same page, Grandma. Same page. That's good. Those creepy baby dolls. British thing, is that what it is? Those Brits. It's not as fun. The tomboy. Tomboy, Grandma. Boy, this brush wasn't cleaned. What's up with that? Shame on me. This is my soft brush too. El Cheapos. I got good at 21 so I could gamble toys. I could gamble toys to get a better army toy soul collection. Got my Void Admiral. That's good. Excellent. What do you think of it? I love these indie games. They got a nice Facebook group too if you use that. Could keep up on things. Card Shark as a kid. Okay. There you go, folks. Learn something new every day. Card Shark Grandma. Taking everybody to the cleaners. Taking everybody to the cleaners. Boy, I gotta put some extra paint on there. Let's get that on there. There we go. Rock and roll. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to texture the bases. Damn it. I was gonna do that before I started doing this. So let's finish this guy and I'll texture the bases. Oh well. Let me turn on my notifications because I can't. Tomboy? Card Shark is a kid. Get a little bit in there. Let's get a little under here because this is the gray. I want to cover a little bit more. Otherwise it's all black. So this model here is right from Mantic. It was one of their specials. It's a free model you can download. And it's specifically for Dead Zone or Firefight. And it was free, so I downloaded it. I'm going to add it to my Forge Father's army, which I just got. So I got a little extra figure here to work with to go along with the box set I got. And I was very curious about the one-page rules Guild Warriors, which are the dwarves that they print. And they also have a free model of one of those little guys, and I downloaded that and printed him as well. And I'm telling you that the one-page rules Guild Warriors are modeled on the freaking Mantic ones. I mean, they have the same icons even. So they're perfect fit. And I'll show you that figure in a second here. Trying to dust this guy up with some gray. I get a little heavy with the gray. That way I don't have to go so hard with the white, which is just the top surface parts. Yeah. Is that out of focus again? Oh, this freaking camera. Let's try and fix this again. Also looks dark. Yeah, it's lagging now. I guess I gotta turn some lights on or something. Anyway, let's focus. Yep. So yeah, here he is. We printed up pretty good. I need to increase my exposure though. Some of the top layers are kind of soft. He should be a lot more crisp than this with the details, I'm sure. In fact, I gotta update some of my other settings in there too. Take into account the bigger models that have so much detail. That's good enough. I'm not gonna go crazy with this. But anyway, here's the other guy. This, oh, you can't see him. Well, let me give him a shot-a-roni. So at least you could see him. This guy's from One Page Rules. Man, he's got the same shoulder pads, same boots, same icons. So they definitely match up perfectly. Let's get some paint on this guy so I can see what he looks like. I got a little too heavy there, but that's okay. a second here. Then I gotta set these guys aside because I need to do their, need to texture their bases. I gotta get me some round dry brushes too. I keep putting that off. Since I'm doing this a lot more than I usually do. Alright, that's good. So yeah, look at this guy. So this is a one-page rules model, and yeah, this is what they look like. Same iconography and everything on the shoulder pads, same designs. You'd swear it was made by Mantic. I'd have to double check the actual weapon itself, but that hardly matters. So yeah, these guys are gonna be part of the Forge Fathers faction. Let these guys sit over here and dry thoroughly. I gotta texture their bases before I put on the white. So that's done. Let's go to the chat here. I'll be right back. All right, Chris. Card Shark. I don't gamble as an adult. Neither do I. The few times I have is when I go to a new game. Oops, let me close this. House gets mad as I play to lose a small amount, win back, lose little. I go in to play with the game and not really lose. Loose. Casinos get weird. The only time I've been to a casino, I was out in a couple of casinos out in Las Vegas. Not to gamble or anything. And over here in Pennsylvania where I live, they have Mohegan Sun. And it's probably the only casino I ever actually gambled in. Playing the slot machines. With my girlfriend at the time, who was big into it, and that's pretty much why I was there. But yeah, it's the only time I did that. Mohegan Sun. It's about 30 minutes from me. Mantic. Have you printed any of the Mantic STLs? Yeah, this guy right here. He's my first Mantic. He's a free guy. Pretty happy with him, but like I said, I think I have to turn my exposure up a little. Get some of the finer details. But it's good. It's pretty much one single piece, which is nice. Oh. So was this guy. One-page rules guy. Just a single piece. Man, that is the way to go. Came out really good. Man. I love this 3D printing, man. I don't think Grandma 3D prints. She is a crafty one, though. She don't really need it, but she'd probably benefit from it. It's so fun. Grandma. Not expensive. Learning curve isn't that big of a deal. Surprisingly, the resin printer was a lot easier to work with than the FDM. Right, so I took that out of the box and literally just turned it on. We're ready to rock. The FDM printer, man, I needed a wrench, screwdriver, a couple screwdrivers. Oh, what's going on here? Gotta take an engineering class to figure this baby out. Man, it took me about an hour to put that thing together before I could switch anything on. And then it took days to figure out how to get that to work right. It wasn't sticking to the plate. I don't know, man. I need to get my 3D printer up and running. Oh, you got a 3D printer. Whoa, stand back. Well, there you go. You should definitely use it. Oh, it's great. It's a game changer when you need miniatures or terrain pieces or odd pieces or whatever. Printers are easier than when I started. I bet. You started a long time ago. I remember that. Hubby does the printing. Well, there you go. There you go, Grandma. You're good. You're set. It's great for the hobby, I think. These models, by the way, are the very first actual models I've printed. As opposed to those spaceships and the test pieces. These are actual, humanoid game models. They're my first, so I'm quite proud of them. Look at that. This guy was free, so it didn't cost me anything. A little bit of resin. Yeah. And Chris, thanks again for those links to the World War II stuff. I was just looking at them again. They are so nice. The ones your son sent me. 3D Breed, in particular, I really like those. So I think I'm going to be getting a lot of those in 28 and probably 15 as well. I mean, they're little stocky guys. I like that. Time. Yep, I get it, Grandma. If you have a 3D printer, could you not print another one for you? Wait a minute, what? Alex Jensen. If you have a 3D printer, could you not print another one for you? Sorry. Dad humor, for now. I'd have to think about what you just said there. Dad humor? Okay, I got a laugh out of it. I'm not sure why, though. You got me on that one, Jensen. What's going on, Alex? What's going on? You Danes, I'm telling you. Gotta watch them. They got a sense of humor. Hard to follow. Step ahead of us here. We have a huge epic campaign because of 3D printing. Yeah, I believe it. I was playing around with the idea of making play school style figures. Print another 3D printer. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Print another 3D printer. Yeah, I guess we could do that, right? All the parts. I think some things you'd have to buy. But yeah, I think it could be done. 3D printer plate. 80% of one. Could you really, Chris? It's pretty crazy. 3D print another printer. Stand back, everybody. Now we need some texturing, otherwise known as spackling. in my cake batter, or my cake icing tub. Ah, there it is. Look how wonderful that is. Beautiful texturing. Looks like it needs some water. Grab the old brush. Old Scraggly. We'll grab old Scraggly here. Haven't used him in a while. Needs a trim. Yeah, we need some water in there. Let's use some of this nasty stuff. Yeah, there we go. Going old school. Yeah, it's been done a lot. Yeah? My break is over. Off to my job. All right, Grandma. It's good to hear from you again. You take care of yourself. Be safe. Enjoy your rest of the day and the evening. RPG Grandma, everybody. She is a gem in the community, to be sure. So what's a good mech game? No 40K epic, but a good mech game. And not really 6 mil. It has to be like 10 or 12 or even 15 mil. And ideally, it should be miniatures agnostic. Anybody got any recommendations? I know Cav, originally by Reaper. Gone back to the original publisher nowadays, but that's actually a really good game. That's on my radar. They're going to be publishing a redo of the rule book this summer. They got a Kickstarter going for that on something as well. But besides that, anyone got any recommendations? Indie game style stuff? Let's see if you guys have anything I haven't heard of. And no Battletech. I'm not a Battletech fan. Not much out. Well, there is some games I could mention right now. I was hoping you guys might know some new ones I didn't hear of. Or could recommend. Let's use the scraggly brush again. Hi, Big Small Paw. Hey, Richard. Long time no see, Richard. Boy, it's been a long time, man. What have you been up to? Ta-da-dee-da-dee-da. Sorry there, I got carried away with the drums. And texture some basses here. Let me bring in Jeeves here so I don't have to look at the screen. Been a while. Life got to me. Yeah, you okay? Is everything okay? I haven't really heard from you either. On Discord, I...
What's his name at Gorilla Miniatures has 2 rulebook trying to remember names of the books. Richard L. says,
Hold on.
have a good memory.
Hold on, let me mute Jeeves here for a second because I'm reading. Been a while. Life's got to me. Gorilla Miniatures. Yeah, Ash. 2 rulebooks trying to remember. Yeah, I know of both of his games. I know what you're talking about. You have a good memory? I certainly do. How could I forget? I certainly wouldn't forget you, Richard. We've been in a hobby for a long time together. And it's been a long time since we spoke. Haven't seen you much on Facebook either. I think when Ian passed, I brought you in there, and I think that was probably the last I heard from you. Yeah, it's been a while. Good to hear from you, though, man. Good to hear from you. Let me bring in Jeeves again. Alright, let's get to this. It's a little too much. How's your hobby life going, Richard? Getting back into the flow, maybe?
Alex Jensen says, maybe something like Robot Wars from the 80s, or Maskine and Krieger. Richard L. says, I remember talking to the positive Polish dude. Good company.
Ours? Was it ours? Our good friend from Warsaw? I talk to ours a lot. Usually co-hosts with me. Do. There, let's clean it up a little bit. I got a little on his boots. La da di da di da. Da 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 da. There we go. Just flood it with some water. That'll clean it off. It's supposed to represent ruins and rubble and stuff, so I don't want it on him. Okay, so he's good. Let that dry. And then this guy.
Richard L. says, in all honesty, I forgot his name. He was a positive dude.
I think it's probably ours. It's the only guy I remember from Poland. Gotta be ours. You'd recognize him when he comes in.
Walkabout Gomez says,
Gamma?
well, I have to run. My dog needs a bag of dog food. Talk to you later.
Alright, Chris, man, you take care of yourself. Thanks once again. Walkabout Games. Yeah, lots been going on, Richard. A lot of good stuff been going on.
Richard L. says, Grace to your dog. See you later.
There. That's pretty good. Base is textured up. I'll set him aside for drying. Yeah, I won't be messing with these for the rest of the day. I gotta let that dry. And then we'll get to finishing the Zenth treatment. Some white paint. So yeah, Richard, what have you been gaming with? at all, if at all? Has there been any hobbying going on? Let me turn off Jeeves. Having an awesome sleep on the couch. Oh, Chat Ninja blanked out whatever you said there. Let me go over to YouTube and see what that word is. What is that evil word? Drugs. There you go. Fed my dog. She had some drugs. She's having an awesome slumber at the moment. Well, there you go. There you go. Sounds good to me. I could use some of that there. A little relax time, a little me time on the couch. Clean off these brushes here. Got a little crazy with the spacklage. Well, one thing is for sure, you'll always know where to find me. I've been doing this for a long time, Richard. I guess one of these days I'll just fade away here on the YouTubes. Hip problems. Too bad. Yeah. You wouldn't be the old one with an old pet, including myself, some other folks in the chat. It'd be good to know that there's some of the old hats are still in the chats here, Richard. Every once in a while, I hear from Dreadlin. He pops in. I am steady. Steady as she goes. Dread pops in once in a while. Who else? Andrew Noble. Every one great once in a while. I try to pull him in. I love the guy. Of course, we're missing Ian. He was always in here and right up until the end. But who else? Chris Long. Dan Buman every once in a while. Who else? Who else from back in the day? Oh, Tom. I've seen Tom. He's on my Discord server. Every once in a while I hear from Tom, the young guy. You might not remember him. You might. I don't know. Dale Norbick. Norbick? Can't remember his last name now. Dale, you might remember him. Neil. We all know and love Neil. Remember Neil? Neil Molden. He still comes around. He's got health problems and issues, and it's usually why he disappears for a while, and then he comes back. Yeah, it would be nice. It's a shame. It's, you know, I know Stephen Smith is out there too, but I haven't talked to him in a long time. A lot of the old crew. I try to get him in here, or get him around to join the chats again. I'm telling you, it's like hammering jello to a wall. Just everybody's got their own life now, and they're doing their things, and, you know. Admittedly, these chats aren't the greatest, most novel thing anymore. Everybody does them. But back then it was pioneering days for us. But they're still around, just trying to get them in here as a challenge, for sure. It's crazy. And there's some others around that I see dip in. Probably some others I can't remember. Including that Richard fellow. Remember that Richard fellow? Yeah. I see him around. You're on Discord. I know you're on one. We share some servers. I know you're over there on Leon's. I think it's Leon. I haven't talked to Leon in a while. I see him on Facebook. That's about it. Big Small. I only discovered these sort of chats a couple months ago. How about that? How about that? Must be the algorithm on your end. Channels with live chats are the best. Yeah. He pops up. Richard, by the way, he goes back to the original days when we first started doing these, right, Richard? Richard was in my very last live play that featured Bob, Ian, and a few other people. There were 6 players in my last live play I did on my channel. You can go back and watch it. It was a week-long battle that we played, and Richard was Napoleon himself. Do you remember that, Richard? Oh, boy. I won't share the results of that battle. It was good, though. It was good fun. Lasted almost a week, and we just hung in there and played right to the bitter end. My favorite parts were the pre-battle sessions where you guys would get together with the sub-commanders and start making plans. Who's in command of the left wing and the right wing and the guard and all that. That was good stuff. It was a good experience. Back then, there wasn't many people doing those live plays. There was a few, but not many. You see them a lot more these days. I give you too much credit. Well, I won't, like I said, I won't give away the results of the battle. We'll see how much credit that's worth. I'm sure you remember that battle. Alex Jensen. People have a hard time keep a nice tone. I know I have a dark humor, but stay nice. Say sorry if you make someone sad. Love from Denmark, Alex. Well said, Alex. Well said. I only know about hobby forums and Facebook. Yeah, you're still kind of living under that rock, Paul. I understand. I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. Rocks can be comfy and cozy. It's okay. Times change, and we don't have to pay attention. You know, you get lost in our hobby world, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Oh. No, nothing wrong with that at all. Technology is actually, it can be a great distraction to our wonderful hobby. But at the same time, it could also be a great boon to the hobby. As you fully well know, Paul, you do wonderful things on your channel that I don't see many other folks doing. And that's all because of technology, isn't it? You're so focused on that, you didn't realize there's these other newfangled ways of using it. Live play? What is this thing you call live play? Good fun. What are you doing, Cooper? Depends on the hobby. Yeah. It does. I wonder what the temperature is here. Let me go take a quick look. 75 degrees, folks. Fahrenheit. Imperial. Here on the east coast of the United States of America. That's right. Northeast. 75 degrees. And for the most part, sunny. Yeah. And we're due for like 4 straight days of rain starting tomorrow night. So that kind of sucks. I'm not looking forward to that. Texted chat spanning continents can surely and easily get misconstrued. Who is joking and who is serious? Sarcasm is funny but very easily misunderstood. And that's why they invented emojis. But you're absolutely correct. Especially in the early days. Now, voice chats are far better, especially if people are using their cameras. Boy, why is my face cam so tiny? I'm like a little guy up there in the corner. There we go. Man. We hit 26 Celsius today in France. 26 degrees. That's pretty warm. Oh, beautiful time of the year. No complaints from me. I love the heat. Well, let's get out those little Forge Fathers. I think I'll do that. Forge Fathers. Let's see what we're dealing with these Forge Fathers. Oh boy. Space Dwarves. We are getting run over by modelers who says do this and do that, or you're not doing it right. It's a hobby, for crying out loud. Your way is not godsend. Take a knee and let me build my own. Smiling. I'm with you on that. I absolutely detest. Well, one thing you gotta realize, the people in this hobby of ours that we love so much have a tendency to be very opinionated, but also very passionate. And I can understand the passionate side of it because, come on, we invest so much of our resources into this particular hobby, not just financially, but mentally. I mean, we get absorbed by this hobby of ours. Whether you're historical gamers doing research for a Napoleonic battle or campaign, or you're a 40k player who's just so immersed by the lore. People get very passionate about it. So it's easy for them to go a little bit overboard with criticisms, for instance. Which is a shame. But it does happen. I do understand it, but you know, there's only so much you can tolerate before it becomes very, very annoying. People need to relax. It is just a hobby. It's not life or death, folks. Some people get a little bit too serious. Let me just look at these real quick. A, B, C. Boo, boo, doo, 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 doo. Had a day, forced a day on myself, and tended my garden. Very zen. Ah. Been doing some gardening myself. We've had a hot week here. Yorkshire. Yet this weekend I am supposed to march around reenacting and several layers of wool. Yeah, good luck with that. Well, it's your passion. You do love doing that, you know. I will have you know, and I feel very strongly about this, but I'm neither opinionated or overly passionate. Okay, there you go. Well said. Big smile. Little torsos, or little legs, actually. Boy, there's a lot of bits to these guys. In my youth, I loved doing those modeling boxes, planes, motorcycles, anything. Nowadays, I'm too old trying to find my cane and my walker. The youthful days, good memories. Richard was also in my very first role-playing game I played online. When I think we played Pathfinder. Pathfinder First Edition. I remember that. Richard was in on that. I'm not sure we recorded those. I might have. I don't know. You remember that, Richard? You remember playing? Those were the very first sessions I ever played. We played quite a few, like maybe 5 or 6 sessions altogether. I do need reading glasses. You do. I gotta put these away. I just realized I'm not prepared for this. I was gonna do more. I think I'll focus on the ships instead, if anything at all. It's loud. No rush. I'm enjoying this. These guys over here. Whoops. These guys, I think. Am I confused? Maybe I am. How many Richards do I know? I thought I only knew one. Let me go look. Hey, I'm mistaken the Richard for another Richard. That's embarrassing. Terrible. I can find out. How many Richards do you know? I guess I better double check some things. Let me go into here and have a look-see. La 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 la. British Legion. Paul Richardson. All right, Richard, are you on my Discord? God, I think I'm thinking you're somebody else. All this time I'm talking to another Richard. Oh, are you kidding me? I know too many people. Let me look at my thing here. Remind me, Richard. You guys are always changing your freaking names. I should know Richard, though. I don't see on my server. No, I don't see on the server. No, I don't think you're the Richard I think you were. Well, damn it. Sorry, man. Richard L. Yeah, I bet you felt welcome. Who am I forgetting? Who am I forgetting? Richard L. How do I know you? You'll have to pardon me. I'm sure we've talked before, but why am I not catching on to this? Give me something I can remember. Because I'm sure we've talked before. I guess I know multiple Richards. I guess we could start over, Richard. How about that? We'll start over. That works for me. A fresh slate. Here I am picturing you as somebody else. Oh yeah, we played Pathfinder together. Remember that? That was great. Talking about people you don't even know who the hell I'm talking about. Or maybe you do. I was thinking of a good friend of mine, Paul Richardson, who I always referred to as Richard. So when I saw you pop in, Richard, we had a good chat with Polish dude. Richard, are you on the server? I don't think you are. Or you were. If we talked with ours together, then you were on the server at one point. Look in the link in the description. The link to the server is right there. Click it. And it might actually remember some of our past conversations. Right, Alex? I'm sorry, man. I got you confused with somebody else. I'm sure that was quite entertaining, though, on your end. Now you got me thinking. This is the perfect Friday. We're all off. Funny as hell. Get a glass of Chardonnay and F it. Well said, Alex. Well said. I do know a couple Alexes. A couple other Alexes. But I won't get you confused. Jensen. That's a little different. I've met so many people on here. If you're not a regular, I will forget. Here I am reminiscing. Jeez. What a life. It was good fun reminiscing, though. Thanks for that. Handy with a hammer and a shotgun. That does nothing for me, Richard. How am I supposed to remember that? Nothing. When was this? Like 5 years ago? Holy smokes. I've known ours quite a while, actually. I think it might be 5 years. Wouldn't shock me. He probably remembers you. Yeah. Probably. Go figure. Well, here's the thing. Where did you go? What happened to you, Richard? Sounds like we were having a good time. Maybe Richard's one of those lurkers. He's been lurking for quite a while. 3 months? It's only been 3 months? And I don't remember? Wow, boy, my mind is going. All right. Maybe I do. Did you come into the voice chat? Well, you must have, if we were doing with ours. I think I do remember you. Vaguely, but it wasn't 3 months ago. It was longer than that. Help me out here, Alex. Help me out. Some of Void Admiral's ships are pretty damn cool. Well, there's no official line of Void Admiral. You can use any ships you can find. This ship actually looks like an old GW Chaos ship, doesn't it? Now that I look at it. But it's not. I'm gonna add some colors to these things. I vaguely remember, Richard. It's right on the edge of my mind. There's a few people hanging out there on the cusp. I think you're one of them. Like I said, where did you go? Because I'm going to forget. La da 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 da. Let's put a little more white. I'm going to put some white in here, I think. So I've been asked why I painted these the way I'm painting them. Not with the speed paint, but with the sealer. So let me back up. These figures I 3D printed. And I essentially gave them a zenithal prime. Right? And because I'm going to use speed paints. And what I did is I put one coat of, I think it's called Gravelord Gray, something like that, but it's a speed paint. It's a very dark gray. And after that, when it dried, and I painted the whole thing that color, once it dried, I sealed it. And the reason why I sealed it is, number one, it's pretty useful to do when you're working with speed paints, I find. But also, the paints I'm using right now are the first version of speed paints by Army Painter, which has a tendency of reactivating. So one effective way of preventing that reactivation is to just seal it. Then you can paint over it and do whatever you want. It's not going to reactivate. So that's why I did that, because what I intended to do next was paint over all this with various little colors using normal paint. So there won't be any bleeding or reactivating of the initial gray color with any of the other colors. I'm not going to chance it. Supposedly, the version 2 of Army Painter's speed paints don't do that. They don't reactivate, at least not as much. So I just solved it by giving it a sealer, and I did that with all the ships. So if you're curious why I did it that way, that's the reason. Maybe you can look it up for you. Might have been longer. I'm guessing. I partied too hard in the 90s. My memory isn't up to spec anymore. Oh, I'm the same way. I've literally got brain damage from it. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, it's much more pronounced nowadays. I have an extremely bad memory. Short-term memory. Long-term, I'm not too bad. I can remember stuff from, when I was an infant. Still. But it's the short-term stuff that I have trouble with. I mean, I'm talking anywhere from a couple months ago to 5 minutes ago. Stuff just leaves my mind. That's not unusual, but it's very pronounced with me. So I'm always writing down names. I'm always writing things down all the time, having people remind me. So it's not a shocker if, I forget somebody or they change their name. Actually, if I look at my notes, I might see a Richard L on my note sheets here. I might. It's funny. That's funny, actually. I keep getting summoned. Let me check this out. I do some work for my school. Actually, my school's helping me out. And 24/7 I'm on call. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Let's get rid of that. Yeah. Blink. Let me close this. I guess you'll be the mystery guy. And probably if I heard you, I'd have to bring you into the voice chat. They'd be like, oh, yes, I remember. You can remind me that way. Yeah, you're on the periphery of my mind. There's a bunch of people that I haven't really talked a lot to, but I remember they'd be in here and we'd be talking, and that would be it. You were probably one of them. It's funny. I like the Gothic, but still Star Trek and perhaps Star Wars vibes. Did you pick up a copy of Void Admiral, Alex? It's under $7 on Amazon. Great game, man. I haven't played it yet, but I've read it a couple times now. Been watching numerous bat reps. It's a really, really good game. Indie. By Paul Bantock, self-published. I probably sound like the Swedish chef from The Muppet Show. Where are you from, Richard? The Richard I was thinking you were was over there in the UK. Where are you from? Maybe that'll jog my memory. I'm thinking you're over... Oh, you're Dutch. Netherlands. Ah. Alright, that does help. That does help. I actually remember talking to somebody, probably you, over there in the Netherlands. And that was like maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago. Yeah, I do remember that. We're closing in. We're closing in. I have not been into it yet, but that sounds easy. But you live in France. That also sounds very familiar. Yeah, I vaguely remember you. You and ours probably had a good conversation. I remember something of that nature. That's funny. I'm sorry, man. I thought you were somebody else completely. It's because your first name is Richard, and I have a real good friend, as you know, named Richard. But now looking back at his account on Discord, his last name is Richardson. It's not Richard. I always called him Richard. So that's what I saw when I saw you come in. That's where it's coming from. Plus, I can't really see your icon or anything. Although it's the same colors, it looks similar. So, yeah. You said it was the first Dutch or French guy in the channel. Yep, that's what I'm remembering. You were. And I haven't had anyone from France or the Netherlands since. No, you wouldn't be the first from the Netherlands, because I do know a couple other people from the Netherlands, and I think I probably told you that. But France, no. Close. There's someone I know from Spain who doesn't come in the chats anymore. But yeah, France, nah, you're still the first. Yeah, I remember it vaguely. That's funny. Drilling a hole in the wall. I see. I can't see it. Just I can see the colors, vague shapes. What time is it over there? Probably about the same time zone as the UK, I would say. Maybe, right? 4 hours difference? 5 hours? Right now it's 5:39 p.m. Imperial Time. 5:40 p.m. $17.40 hours. 5:40 p.m. 23:40. So it's 6 hours. Well, that's like Germany. Okay. Yeah, it's starting to come back to me, Richard. You're not totally forgotten. Vague shapes. We were around that age. That's funny. Français? Well, it's good to have you back. It's good to have you back, and I hope you can stick around a little bit more often and come in so I don't forget again. You gotta stop playing these tricks on me, Richard. Cut it out. Cut it out, I'm telling you. He'll disappear for another 3 months and come back and tease me with this other personality. See if he can get me again. Now he knows a little more information. He could probably do that and get away with it. Hey, Fritz, remember that Pathfinder game we played in? Oh, that was good memories. Oh, I love that. Oh, the good old days, Fritz. We had such a good time. There you go. There you go, folks. Good times. Right, Paul? Good to be back. I'll try to keep up with your memory time span. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time I've made that error. He must be sitting there. What the hell is he talking about? What is going on here? Welcome, folks. Welcome, one and all, to the wonderful paint-along. Well, actually, this isn't a paint-along today. It's just a chat with Fritz. No co-host today. Don't want to wear out my co-hosts. Ours has been under the weather. Kyle's been very busy. He hasn't co-hosted with me in a long time. And Kat, she just co-hosted with me the other day. Fair thing, we smoked the good stuff back in the day. The really good stuff. All natural. No synthetics here, gobbledygook. That's right. Let's see what we could do here. Incense and peppermint. Let's see what we could do. Feel free to join the server. Richard, I'll get you in the voice chats here with me. Let's see, do I want to do this the hard way? Because that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it the hard way. I'm not going to paint the whole thing white. Just up to the top here. Just the other day I met somebody from India who's been joining our chats here. That's a first. So I could scratch that off the bucket list. That's pretty cool. For as long as I've been doing these, you'd think I would have by now met everybody from around the world. But that is not the case. Nope. Okay, there's a little extra white markings on it. He sings too. You need me to keep you awake. Warned you, I probably sound like a Swedish chef. You probably do. We probably joked around about the Swedish stuff. Doxty. Okay, how do I get to talk? Well, you have to join the Discord server first. Can't do it on YouTube. Gotta go into the description of the video below, right down the bottom. Click on the description, look for the Discord link. It's updated, so it should work. Just click it. It'll take you into the Discord, right, Matt Schreiber? Schreiber. 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 How you doing, Matt? Matt's getting all wrapped up with Mantic Games stuff. Now he's getting into Kings of War. Non-stop. You're getting in deep, my friend. Pace yourself, I'm telling you. I don't want to see you burning out. You'll never get anything done. Knowing you probably would. You're probably done already. Boy, I'm living in the past. Let's see. Saw some ships from Firestorm Armada. I got a bunch of those too. Painted up somewhere. They said the prints could be better, but they turned my thoughts to Squadron 42. Console game. Looks awesome. Actor-wise, insane. Let me fumble around for a bit. Okay, take your time, Richard. Just so we don't lose touch. You've been on the server before. Hello! I have lots finished. Yes, you do. I 3D printed a couple Forge Fathers here. Oh, is that in focus? No, it's not. Let me get it zoomed in focus so I could show Matt the 3D printed Forge Fathers I got here. I'm going to get this over here because I don't have autofocus. It doesn't work for me too well. I gotta wait for his texturing to dry before I go finishing his Zenth treatment. But yeah, this guy is actually from One Page Rules, which amazingly enough, these guys, I think they're called Guild Warriors, have the same iconography, the same shoulder pads, everything, even the same feet as the official Warpath / Dead Zone / Firefight Forge Fathers. Same models. You can use these interchangeably. So, yeah, I printed this one out. He's a one single piece. Make a good steel warrior. Then I got this guy. It was a special model. I don't know if he's a legend or what, but he's a Forge Father. And this figure is by Mantic Games. One of their 3D prints they offer over on Mantic Games. And he's free. So yeah, he's waiting for his Zenth as well. And then I got the starter box for the Forge Fathers, which is this bad boy. And here's what they look like. You probably know because you've been painting them. Yeah. So I got these dudes for Dead Zone. There's about 11 models in here, as you can see. A couple of the suits. Quite a few of them, actually. There's 5 of these guys. Forge dudes. This guy's going to function as a leader. And then you got the rest here, the Steel Warriors. Which I like. I haven't put them together. God, these are really heavily multi-pieced. Front, back, legs, left arm, right arm, head, face. I don't know if they have separate faces. But by comparison, this guy here is just a single piece. So that's nice. Oh, I got Void Admiral in a way. Damn it, I did it again. I did that yesterday. All right, let's do it again. You ready? All right, here he is. 3D print time. Where is he? Of course, I'm not focused now. I gotta go back and fix that. All right, let's back up and take a deep breath. Okay. So yeah, 3D print and get this guy at Mantic. This is a Mantic model. He's in the middle of being zenithalled. He's got it waiting for his texture on his base to dry. I can't do anymore. Yeah, he's a 3D print. He's a Forge Father from Mantic. This guy's from One Page Rules. And I'm telling you, it's the same freaking models. They get the same iconography and everything. Shoulder pads, boots, everything is the same. Don't know about the backpack, but yeah. You could use these with your firefight games. Looks terrible at the moment. And then, of course, here's the starter box, Deadzone faction box for the Forge. Can you see this okay? Yeah. Jesse likes them. Or, not Jesse, Jake. So yeah, I'm working on those guys. I wanted to show Matt those. Let me click apply, get this out of here. Okay, let me go to the chat again. I have lots finished. I've been extremely good. Downloading, slow connection. I'm high ping warrior. Can't see. Yeah. That's a nice 3D print. 87% getting there. Take your time, Richard. I'm going to have to give you a new nickname. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to with Deadzones. The Deadzone. I've been doing the Void Admiral thing too at the same time. As you know. Because we're always posting on Facebook. Right? Because that's what we do, us gamers. We gotta post everything on every piece of social media we can get our hands on. Look what I'm doing. Look at me. Look at me, damn it. Look at my stuff. Look at. I'm sorry, folks. I'm getting wild again. Jeez, what time is it? It's not even 6 o'clock, and I'm losing myself here. Ay, ay, ay. So now I'm working on this stuff. Not all these bits are going to be white. I'm just using white as an undercoat for whatever colors I want to use. So that's what that's about. Did you get into 3D printing yet, Matt? That's a matter of time before you do. I know it is. You'll love it. It is a freaking game changer. How many times have I said that? You get to pick the new nickname. Dangerous offer. I have to give you a nickname that I don't get confused. I could see it happening. Back again. Got lost there for a bit. You okay, Paul? Is everything okay? Yeah, I see your videos. I see your videos. I think you just did one on Champions terrain. You gonna get into the Champion stuff? They're nice little collections of models anyway. I might, just because it would be good for Jake to get into. You know, you just buy the faction box or whatever. No points to mess about with. Basically learn to play Kings of War. It might be a good idea for him because he paints his own stuff, but he doesn't have a lot of stuff. So he doesn't have a lot of experience painting. So it might actually be a pretty good idea. Come on, Jake, we'll get into Champions. You get to paint all these little guys. And they're not an overwhelming amount of them. That might be a cool introduction for him, because that's really what Champions is all about. That's what it's for. Which I don't mind at all. I mean, I got multiple starter armies. I got the rules. I got all kinds of Kings of War stuff. But that might be a cool thing for him. WB Big. Just took me 20 seconds to work. $20 to work out what WB means. I'm rubbish at word games. I'm still trying to figure out what it means. Welcome back. Oh, jeez. It's welcome back. Of course it is. Next video is a two-player starter for Champions. Yeah, it's a good way to get into the Kings of War. I like the approach that Mantic takes. Like I said, I personally think Mantic Games is what GW should have become. And they're sticking to their guns, and they remain what GW should have become. And they're tackling something with Kings of War that I think is brilliant. They need to tackle. It needs to be tackled and done well. And that is getting people into such a big mass combat type of game like Kings of War. Or similar games like that, like Warhammer, Old World, for instance. How do you get people into that? And there's all kinds of ways of doing it. And Mantic has attempted a couple different ways. Obviously, with the packaging of their miniatures, all kinds of little small starter boxes. They had starter boxes that focused on the ambush rules, which is small battles in Kings of War. It's in the full rulebook. You can read about ambushes in the full rulebook. It's a great way to introduce new players. You're still using the full rules, just small forces. It's called ambush. They did that for a little bit, but no special stuff for it. And then they created their skirmish game, and I can't remember the name of that. That's called I can't remember the name of it, but it's a skirmish game set in Panathor, and it's their skirmish game, fantasy skirmish game. It didn't sell so well, didn't do so well, but it's still available, especially in the digital format. So it'll always be available in the digital format if it doesn't continue doing good. But it's a great game, but it doesn't really work well as an introduction or a beginner type of thing for Kings of War, the full game. It's its own game. So that doesn't work. So what they got now is this brilliant idea, which is obviously coming from inspiration from GW and their combat patrols. And it's basically Kings of War Champions. Self-contained armies in a box. And that's all you need to play. No point values. You just buy a box. You're balanced with every other box released for it. You just bring in battle, and that's it. The rules are somewhat abbreviated, but not... It's its own game. You don't need to get into full Kings of War to play Champions. It's its own thing. It's designed that way. But ideally, it's an introduction and a gateway to the bigger battles. So keep that in mind. But I think it's a great idea, great way to go to get people into Kings of War later and down the road. It's very satisfying, small numbers of figures. Perfect. You know, so there you go. That's my take on it. Better off watching CRT Matt's upcoming video all about it. Got some extra bases here. Gotta put these in a Ziploc, I think. Oh, let's make some room. Vanguard, that's the name of it. Vanguard. I finally got the Wood Elves properly into the campaign videos today. Oh, that'll be good, Paul. Looking forward to seeing more of the Wood Elves. You got the story going pretty good for them. I think they're going to come in and just take over the story. They're going to kick arse. Oh. I think my army for Kings of War is going to be these dudes. The Abyssal Dwarves. I really like these guys. I painted up one with speed paints. And then I got this guy. I really like these guys. Let me go get him, actually. He's right behind me. Oh, Cooper, I'm not going to disrupt you. Oh, where's that sweet spot? There he is. Yeah. Really like these guys a lot, so yeah, there's my test model. Speed paints. I like them so much, probably gonna do the whole army. I like the Abyssal Dwarves, I think, better than the Dwarves. I don't know why. Yes. So yeah, I've got these guys. I got a small starter army for them. I'll work on them eventually when I get more into the fantasy side of it. That'll be cool fun. Yeah, he's nice. What are you going with, Matt? What are you... Well, you're going to make videos about all this. I probably shouldn't ask you the details. You going to play some games with your game club of a family? You do have a game clan over there. I know you do. Any of them interested in maybe getting into champions? Little introduction to the hobby? Bring in some of those girls of yours? Some of the guys? Sit down, roll some dice. Family gaming. Can't beat it. They're alright. To be honest, I don't really like their dwarves. Their Abyssal Dwarves I like. But their normal straight up dwarves don't impress me. But that's me. That's me. I'm weird. I think I'll paint the tops of these too. I think I'm going to do that. That'll look pretty cool. I'm just weird. They're all going to play. Oh, that's going to be awesome for you, man. That's going to be awesome. How about your wife? You think she'll have a game with you? Ta da 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 da. Da 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 da. Whoops. Let us be careful. The vibrations could mess me up very much so. I need to focus. I got to do the hardest thing possible. What is wrong with me? That came out perfect, actually. Yes, wife is playing. Goblins, Ogres, Abyss, and Northern Alliance. I got the Northern Alliance. Don't have the Goblins or the Ogres. Abyss. Is there a faction for the Abyss? Probably. There's way too many factions in that game. It's like a freaking video game. But, yeah. I've got elves. I've got the wood elves. I got an entire high elf army all painted up and good to go. I've got a wood elf army I'm working on. I've got the abyssal dwarves I'm going to be working on. And I've got night stalkers. The thing with the night stalkers, I think I'm going to use them with Firefight and Deadzone. The models are interchangeable. Because I'm not a fan of the night stalkers, really. I was at first. Some of the units I am. Like the scarecrows, they're kind of cool. But I think I'm going to use them for the sci-fi games instead. So I'm going to rebase some of them, put them on round bases, and use them in some Firefight Deadzone games. I have mega armies. You will see. Oh, I can believe it. I can believe it. You're going to have some good games. I hope they enjoy it. I don't have much because I sold everything in my hobby like you did. I'm literally starting over. And it feels good to do so. Matt is just like me because he's starting over too. He's been out of the miniatures side of the hobby for a very long time, folks. Due to injuries and life events. And he got rid of all of his stuff. Almost vowing to never return. But little did he know that when he found me and came back into the chats, it was only a matter of time. And it's really no doing of me, but a lot of the folks here in the community convinced him to give it a go. Come back, Matt, please, come back. You know you want to. And he did. What are these board games you speak of? You still board gaming, Matt? That's like somebody asking me if I still board game. Oops, careful, getting sloppy all of a sudden. What happened there? Yikes-a-rooney. La. Da-da-da-da. Gotta be gentle with this brush. And just like magic, there it is. Perfection. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Look at that. Of course, you guys can't see this, but I can. It looks so good. Just the tops. Little tinies. There it is. My stalkers are great. The nameless is the sci-fi, not stalkers. Do you put children in the oven? Only suggestion I get here. I just sent a friendship request to somebody who puts children in the oven. Hope it's you. That says, Richard, I don't know what you're talking about, Richard. What are you talking about? Do I know you? Who are you? Who is this Richard I'm speaking to? I don't recall we've ever met. Gotta watch this Richard fellow. Let's see what he's talking about. I see all kinds of notifications here. Oh, somebody joined the server. I wonder who that might be. Why, there he is. Someone by the name of Richard L. There you go, Richard L. Hello. Foundry, Virtual Tabletop, version 13, stable release. For different release is this economy, RDT, blah, 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 is a pop ticket, blah. That's good to know. Well, welcome to the server. Glad to have you back once again, Richard. You were probably in here and I deleted you because if folks don't keep active on my server, I remove them. I'm not after getting people on there that just don't use the frickin' thing. So I have a tendency to every once in a while just clean it up, you know. People that aren't active, blink, gone. I keep it tight and on point over on my server. I don't want some big mega thing with hundreds of people on it. Only a fraction of them actually use it. I'm not about that. I want people who actually enjoy the server to use it. Friendship request? Well, let me look at that. I don't see any notifications. Yes, I do. Let me take care of that real quick. Friendship? Friendship request? I don't see it in there. No requests from you. Might get it later. I don't know. I'll send you a DM though. Oh yeah. Let me send you a DM. Hi. You've been a member since May 2nd, 2025. Boy, you had to set up a whole new account. See, you were on here before. You totally forgot your old account. So you weren't using it. And that's why you disappeared from the server. You're going to have to use it. Oh, I see something pending. Yes, it's a friendship. I see a friendship. I'll accept it. I'll accept it from this Richard fellow. There you go, Richard. We're all good now. Enjoy the server. Explore. I'm not on there right now. I am, but I'm not. I'm marked as away. I'm not in any channels. Mm-hmm. So, friendship request acknowledged. Well, when I have guests, I'll bring in. I don't always have guests, and I don't always bring them in. Sometimes I do. But it's getting late, so I'm probably not going to have any at the moment. So maybe tomorrow. No, you don't. Now you're calling me, Richard. Don't do that. Don't call, Richard. Richard is calling me. No, you can't do that. Can't do that, Richard. That's not how you do it on here. You got to go to the... Well, there's a channel called the Green Room. First thing you got to do is learn how to navigate on my server. There's channels, all those little places on there on the left there. Like, oh, miniature wargaming. Oh, Frazetta World. What is that? Those are all channels. One of those channels is a voice channel way to the bottom, and it's called the Green Room. When you go to the Green Room, that's where I can pull people into the actual chats with me if I'm taking in guests in the live chat. Okay? I'll oftentimes tell you to go to the Green Room, where you can sit and wait. You've been on, I swear, maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe you weren't on here. If it was like 5 months ago, maybe it was using a StreamYard, which I occasionally do. Maybe that's what we were doing. Get it all figured out. Those look like windows. Maybe I could paint them. Like a blue or something. Maybe. Oh, I don't want to do too much with these things. This is the hardest part. Let me get out of this. Go back over here. But it is possible now. Yeah, you're all set, Richard. You're all good. Explore the server. Look at all the different channels. You could post pictures, leave comments, whatever. There's a lot of good stuff there. It's a very tight community. Everybody's good. You're perfectly welcome there. See. No oven. No oven? Put children in the oven. Okay. Okay. Do 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 do. So what do you guys got planned for Friday evening as we go into the weekend, this wonderful weekend coming up? Although it's going to rain starting tomorrow night, probably for 4 days straight. It's going to get pretty nasty. I hope it's a light rain. I'm slow today. I was going to print some models and stuff, test out my settings, but I didn't. Instead, I'm doing the chatteroni. Let's go to the Discord screen. So Richard, in case you're new to Discord, here you go. This is what it looks like when you get there. Over on the far left, you see a nice long row of little circles. Those little circles are servers. They run vertically, top to bottom. I have a whole slew of them that I'm a member of. You can join servers, as you can see over here on the left as I scroll through them. All kinds of servers. One of them is my good friend CRT Matt's server. He's at the bottom there. And a lot of other ones we got here. We've got Necrotic Gnome, we've got Autark, we've got One Page Rules Community, Savage Worlds, Hackmaster, Trollord Games, we've got Northwind, Pathfinder, Foundry. I've got some friends on here like Rachel's channel, Jesse's channel, which he never uses. Crown of Command, another good channel here. League of Dungeoneers, which is a game I really am fond of. Talon Games, the makers of CAV, C-A-V. Fantastic game. Frazetaverse, which is Frazetta Girls. They have their own Discord. And of course mine, right there at the top, of course, is Forge and Brush Gaming. Right next to this vertical area is this vertical area. See me scroll like a madman? Look at that, up and down. These are your channels. See, you've got text channels, indicated by the hashtag /pound symbol. Those are text channels. You can't talk in those. You just chat. You leave pictures and whatever else you want. Most of my channels are text channels. Let's go check out one. Let's go look at the general chat. There we go. We got submarines. We got memes going on in here. People are posting videos, pictures. There's Kat's brand new stereo system she just picked up. Got some board gaming on here. Ryan? Yeah, it's a general chat for general topics. Let's go down here to board games. Here's a channel all about board games. Matt loves this channel. He's always posting in here. He loves to spam this channel, don't you, Matt? You know you do. Wolfgang Messerschmidt, showing off his Holland 44 game. Hexism, so on and so forth. We got a channel here, text-based, for Steam gaming. Show off some latest Steam games or videos. So on and so forth. Then down at the very bottom, we got the voice channels. And it seems you've found them. Now mind you, I'm not bringing anybody in the chat today. But yeah, these are the voice channels on my server. There's RPG channels, there's private channels, Steam gaming. Lots of RPG stuff, actually. And yeah, I do my live painting chats here as well as a private one. But when it says live, that's where I usually go when I bring in folks from the green room. But yeah, that's what you do. You just go there and I bring you in when I'm live over on Discord. That's how it works. All right? Those are the essentials to navigating Discord. What's this from Matt? I like this. Ooh, look at that setup from Matt. Look at that. Look at that beautiful terrain. Kings of War in the background. Oh, you're all in. Look at these boxes over here in the corner. let me move the camera. See them up here on the right? Look at all those boxes. They're full of miniatures. Yeah, Kings of War madness. Got little dead guys laying around. Yeah. Nope, there's counter sheets punched over here. Must have been the buildings. This is nice terrain. Cardboard punch. Those are nice. I like those buildings. Don't underestimate cardboard buildings. Cardboard terrain. I know Firelock Games has some remarkably good cardboard terrain with their skirmish game, the brand new skirmish game, a la Mordheim, that is called Port Royal. Beautiful buildings in that. Home Depot tubs. Yeah, good work, Matt. It's an exciting looking table. Hi, Nerdy Ogre. You're all alone in the green room talking to yourself. You got this. You got this, Richard. Get some practice in. I'll have to figure all this out. Look at the general chat again. I know how you feel, Richard. Richard. I'm a techno idiot. Oh, don't say that. Heard of Discord a lot. Never got to use it. Okay. How were we chatting before then? Me, you, and ours. It must have been, we must have been using a StreamYard. I'm assuming we did a voice chat. Maybe we didn't. Battle system building. Discord is good for finding games and whatnot. That would be me talking to my lonesome. I'm tech dumb as well, but the trick to it is just to keep up with it. That's all. Once you figure out how to push keys on a keyboard, you know, just stick with it. That's all. That's all I've ever done. Mainly because of the motivation of gaming online. That's the real reason I got into computers and technology. Just playing online games. That was the motivation. That's why I kept up with technology. Oh, I've got to update. I've got to have a new version of Windows so I could play this game. You know, that's how it happens. Oh, now I got to figure out how to do these chats. You know, so I could play games with my friends. That's your motivation. I better put this down, actually. It'll dump on my laptop. You're not stupid, Nerdy Ogre. You are not stupid. Maybe tech-wise, you're not so gifted. That's a lot of people, really. Some of which by choice. But you're definitely not dumb. We've had some deep conversations. I have a lot of respect for you. I loved playing Viet Cong. Games. There's so many games we could talk about. There's so many new games, so many indie games. Oh, there's so much. It's ridiculous. Here's the shelf. That's gonna fill up. That's gonna fill. You're onto it, Matt. Ooh, look at that big pinto-mounted gun thing you got at the top there. That looks nice. See some Romans. Yeah, that's good, Matt. Got your rule book, Kings of War. I'm surprised you have it. Do you have the firefight? You must have firefights. You're collecting dwarves. Or the Forge Fathers. What about Deadzone? I'm doing the Deadzone thing. And then I'm going to get into firefight. Deadzone is really good fun. I think your kids would like it a lot. It's a perfect game to get into firefight. Because you only need these small factions, a dozen miniatures or something, and just you can expand them out to all kinds of size. It uses points. It's a great way to get into firefight. Highly recommend this freaking game that is dastardly good fun. I really enjoy it. That's the route I'm taking. Nice slow pace of growth, of my armies, my science fiction collections. What's Viet Cong? Oh, don't say that. You know what it is. Got another shelf? You have Deadzone? All right. So you're going to be playing some Deadzone? I played quite a few games now. I really enjoy it. Didn't think I would. I'd never been a fan of Mantic, actually, till recently. Now I'm learning to really appreciate Mantic games. I can believe that, Matt. Cheers, my friend. Send me some freebies, will ya? You deserve it, man. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't let yourself get you know what I mean. You've had some experiences. I don't want to see that again. Just keep yourself paced and reasonable, man. You're gonna do so much good and enjoy yourself so much. I hope I didn't say that out loud. I don't think I did. Okay, we'll keep it at that. I think I'm smart enough not to say anything. Hush, hush, folks. Hush, hush. The secretives. The secrets of the pyramids will be revealed. That's what we're talking about. Secrets of the pyramids. Zahi Hawass himself. Aye, 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 aye. And Richard, I still see you sitting in the green room. Do you know how to get out of there? I could knock you out if you want. Yeah, I disconnected you. That's all you do. If you want to get out of a voice channel, there's a little picture of a phone symbol. It's your disconnect button. When you click that, it takes you out of it. You're all good. You're safe and sound. Safe as in God's pocket. We got you, brother. We got you. Recon. Dear sirs, I'll be taking my leave now. Have to wake up early. Richard, I really appreciate you coming in today. It was a very good conversation. Epic, in fact. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad you're back again. And it was a great nostalgia trip, even though it was all for naught. But I enjoyed it. And I appreciate it. I hope we see you again. So come back in. Watch your feed on YouTube. I do these things kind of random. You never know, folks. Ta-ta. Toodaloos. Laters, ogres. Danke. TTFN. Lol. Alright, stop. Let's not get out of control. Listen to Nerdy here. Getting all techie talk. He's one of those techno nerds now. It's about time for Nerd's Nerd to drop in, I think, right about now. Let's summon Nerd's Nerd. Well, there's one nerd, there's many more. Together we will summon the Nerd's Nerd. We'll see if she pops in. I'm putting gobos together. Well, the mantic goblins are nice. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Matt, getting into the hobby. Again, it's been a long time. All right, let me focus here. I want to get a little bit more. What does this look like? Is that looking good? Now keep in mind, these white surfaces probably won't all be white. Again, it's just a base coat for other colors. But yeah, that's pretty good, right? Matt loves the gobos. Nerd's nerd, nerd's nerd, nerd's nerd. She's a good one to talk to. She's into the speed painting and the 3D printing. Has a lot more experience than me in all this stuff. Let me turn Jeeves on while I do this. Are you ready for Jeeves? Let's bring Jeeves in. How you been, Nerdy Ogre? Life been treating you good? Yeah, that's good to hear, Matt. I'm proud of you, man. Can't keep Matt out of the hobby. It's in his blood. This hobby never leaves you. It's like they say, you can leave the hobby, but it'll never leave you. Once it's in your blood, it's always there. And it's nice to have, I'm telling you, man. It's nice to have. Psychologically speaking, it does wonders. It's kept me out of trouble. When nothing else would. Like I said, it's like the greatest gift you can give somebody that's young. Introduce them to this hobby. Once they're into it, that'll never leave them. give them some memories. And as they grow up and go through life's ups and downs, they'll always have the hobby. They'll always have those fond memories. And you never know. Could keep them out of trouble, bring them around. Right? We're very fortunate, a lot of us, to have been young when we got into the hobby. With our little Airfix collections. And society wasn't so secluding to the children. Whatever that means. There. That looks good. So good. I like it. Let's paint this middle one. It's asking for trouble, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm gonna use a bigger brush. You guys see what I'm even doing? I don't know. I don't really focus on sharing what I'm doing. Do I? I don't do things like that, do I? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, myself, I'm quite impressed by Mantic these days. Their sculpts are getting better. They have a very robust lineup of STLs if you like 3D printing, which is a great way to expand your collections. And what if I want to leave that like that? They got a lot going on, and I like it a lot. Let's paint some of these plates.
Nerdy Ogre says, I'm back.
Hey, Nerdy. How have you been, my friend? Life been treating you good? Haven't seen you around much. At least in my chats. I haven't been in a lot of other chats recently. Little Musty War Gamers. I know Matt does his chats. I haven't seen one recently, though. Max. It's been a couple weeks since I watched one of his. Good old Max. I hope he's doing good. Haven't talked to him in a while.
Nerdy Ogre says, yeah, I've been laying low. The CRT Matt says, Mantic I have always dabbled in.
I never took to them back in the day. I don't know why.
The CRT Matt says. Never all in, but I finally dove.
Yeah, you did. And I think it's worth it. They're a good company to support. I like what they do. They're corporate, of course, but you know, they're not a GW. I like my indies and niche gaming, but still.
Nerdy Ogre says. Would you like to play a game?
Oh, stop it, Nerdy. That was a good one, though. Don't start playing here. Come on. Let's not get crazy.
The CRT Matt says. LOL, yes, Nerdy.
Leave it to Nerdy to cause mischief. I got an awesome board gaming desk. I love it. It's nothing like what you got, Matt. Big table. I use that for my miniatures, but I've got this dedicated desk. It's like an artist's desk. I'd have to show it. But it's perfect size. It's a little bit bigger than a full-size typical map.
Nerdy Ogre says. Would you like to play Thermonuclear War?
And it's got a nice tray thing on the side. It's like a separate arm on the side of the table that runs the depth of the table. And I could put all kinds of stuff in there. Dice, sponges, rubber bands, tape measure, whatever. And yes, all those things I do use in my board games. And I got my plexiglass, my big sheet sitting on top of it. It's really nice. It's got a lamp that I could adjust and put wherever I want along the side of the table. It's awesome. I love it.
March Hare 22 says. How many people play Kings of War though?
Well, does it matter? I mean, I play solo all the time. I play with my nephews. That's good enough for me. I could always play online if I want, but yeah, I guess if you're into being competitive or you like playing socially, I don't know. It's a reasonably popular game. You know, I haven't looked into it.
CRT Matt says. All of them.
Matt's got his whole family interested in playing. He's got like, what, a dozen kids? Only one wife.
March Hare 22 says. Me too. But still.
Well, for me personally, it's a good way to get into fantasy gaming. Kings of War, which allows me to play a bunch of other different games like Oathmark and Midgard. So there's a lot of reasons to get into it. By no means the only way, it's just the route I'm taking. It's a nice game for me. So the whole hobby doesn't have to be Kings of War. You know, you could do other things.
The CRT Matt says. How many people play Old World?
I I don't know how many people play Old World. That game is so freaking expensive.
Nerdy Ogre says, my gaming funds are limited and tied up in palladium. LOL.
Yeah. Maybe I'll send you some prints. I'll send you some prints too, Matt. Because that's what we do here in the community. We like to share and give.
Nerdy Ogre says, BRB.
BRB. Let's see, these look like gun portals. I'm not gonna mess with them. But I will paint the top of this. I got stuff I'm gonna send Nerdy. Some old games I won't use. I still have from Matt. He sent me, out of the goodness and graciousness of his heart, he sent me a copy of the first edition Muskets and Tomahawks, and I still have it, cards and all. I really appreciate that, Matt. I never did get around to playing it, but I do have it in a special spot because it is such a good game. And I always said I'll never play second edition. I don't like using those weird funky dice in my miniatures games. Of course, nowadays I look at myself and I'm playing Deadzone and Firefight that use D8s. Are you kidding me? D8s? Come on. And I'm getting into it. You see all my ships? I don't have the camera on them. The camera's always off. Oh, let me look at the chat here. Time is it? 2:45. Starting to get a freaking headache. So I think I'll just linger now for a little bit.
The CRT Matt says, I like those ships.
Yeah, I 3D printed these, Matt. And yeah, I think they're pretty cool. But thanks, I'm working. I'm trying to make them look good. It's gonna be fun. Any news on the Starship Battle game from Mantic? Because I know it's coming. Anyone have any news about that? You know it's coming. They're going to do it. Granted, those types of games really don't do too well for a big company. They might not invest in it. They did it with what's it called? Armada.
The CRT Matt says, I have 2 printers.
Oh, you got 2 freaking printers. There you go, man. I'll send you some STLs of these guys. I didn't buy much. I got a couple of these, but you can get them. I could show you where to get them. I had to upscale them 1.5 times. So 1.5 bigger than they actually
the
are.
CRT Matt says, non-declosier.
Non-disclosures, indeed. I've heard rumors. And I know it'll come out. They've already got Epic going on. That's a big release they're working on. Which looks interesting, but I don't know. But it's part of the Warpath universe, so if you're into the lore and stuff, it's a good game to get into. And they did Armada for fantasy. And
The CRT Matt says.
let me shut this guy off. Quiet, Jeeves. They did Armada, which is fantasy Kings of War. Or what am I saying? The naval fantasy of Kings of War, which is great. Just reminiscing about Man of War. I'm going to get into it. But it's gone into the digital side. They don't actually push it too much like they used to, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, you could still get the box sets and stuff, but I don't think they push it as much. It's more part of the digital side of their game, their site now. But that's understandable. It's a naval fantasy game. How many people get into that? It's always going to be a niche within a niche. Naval gaming in general just never goes over as well as land battles for some reason. It's just the nature of it, period. That's okay. Warpath Epic. Yeah, I've seen some pictures. I've seen some stuff of that. It does look good. What are they, 10 or 12 millimeter? They're not 6. They're actually big husky fellas. Kind of what GW is doing with their Epic nowadays. A little bit bigger. Which is kind of cool, you know? Because we're painting up all these little Forge Fathers and Styrians and stuff. And they look great in 28, and I'm painting them up. It's kind of cool to see them in smaller scales and in mass. What is that like? You know? All those tanks and stuff. Just hordes of them on the table. It's pretty whack, man. There's probably going to be some big war walkers. Titan-like things storming around. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Let me plug in my earphones so you don't hear that. 10 mil. That's what I thought I heard. That's good scale. I would never go smaller than that. My days of little teeny tinies are long gone. No interest. 10, even that's a long shot with me, but I don't know. If you look at some of these 10s like that Warlord does, they're not 10s, of course. They're like 13 and a half. Very similar with this Warpath Epic thing. Those aren't 10s. They say them, but they're like Epic or Hero scale 10 mil. That's what they really look like. Judging from the pictures anyway. Which I would prefer. The bigger the better. Oh yeah, Bob's gonna be on. I'll try and listen in. You like to hear from Bob. I'm sure he's the same. One day we'll all get together and chat again. Make fun of each other like we do. One day. I'm getting freaking old. I go to bed early, you know, these days. I do. That's because I get up really freaking early. I'm going to make up a Sisters of Battle fleet. Or Battle Sisters, if you're into one-page rules. I'm going to make a fleet for the Sisters of Battle. Because I guess they never officially had their own ships. But man, you read the lore about these big churches from space. What are they called? I don't remember. They come descending from space and land on the planet. Cathedrals, cathedral ships. Oh, this is awesome. Gotta have some battle sisters in my fleets. It's at 5 p.m. Central, which is, 6, 7? Central Time. Central Time. That's an hour ahead, isn't it? Yeah, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. So you're 1 hour ahead. Is that all? I don't know. If I'm in the mood to join, I kind of like laying low these days. Because I'm usually too tired. We'll see. Nobody invites me on their streams anymore. I get chased off. Cause too much trouble. Troublemaker me. Go figure. Me a troublemaker. No, it's 6. Yeah, that's right. 6. What am I thinking? Hour behind. Come on, Kurt. The sun goes east to west, not the other way around. What's the matter with you? You're living in the reverse realm. Man, you've got people correcting you here. What's going on? Right? I don't know. I just invited you. You did. What time? 5 Central? So that's 4 p.m. Eastern. Well, that's not early. But that's not late. I'll write it down. It all depends if I'm doing anything else. I'm in the middle of some big things at the moment. 4 p.m. Sunday / Matt, my good friend Matt, with 2 T's, as it should be's. 3D breed. 6 p.m. my time. What? Why are you confusing me? 5 p.m. Central would be 4 Eastern. 6 p.m. your time. I won't tell Bob. Well, that would be fun, wouldn't it? 6 p.m., 6 p.m. All right, 6 p.m. for crying out loud. I've got 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern. EST. Okay. I don't know what the hell's going on today, I guess. Matt. Sunday. Sunday. Do. All right, Nerdy Ogre, man. You take care of yourself. Stay safe, Nerdy. We never saw Nerd's Nerd today. Next time. Stay safe down Texas way. No, 6 p.m. Eastern is 5 p.m. Central. That's right. Hour ahead. What is the matter with me? I actually have to stop and think. So yes, 5 would be 6 Eastern. Okay, not 4. I should know this. I had a girlfriend living in California. She'd call me at 9 p.m. her time, which was 12 midnight for me. And we'd talk for hours. So I was exhausted. And I never forgot that. And that was a long time ago. So how could I ever forget? How could I go through that pain again? I don't know. And we'll leave it at that. Things got so bad I had to move to California, which I did. Different world. Back then, different world. I've been enjoying a nice vape flavor called snake venom. It's got a hint of peach to it. I really like it. I've been getting more into the fruit flavors as of late. Yes, Walter di Cazzo. Yeah, I know. All right, we're down to 2 viewers. I'm tired. I think I'm going to call this now. Getting a headache, actually. Let me look at my Discord real quick. Okie doke. Yes. Clyde Dashing. Haven't seen him today. And that's it. Okay, folks, I'm going to be back on, what is it? It's Friday. Yeah, I'll be back. I might be back on tomorrow. We'll see. Weekend, I get busy. But folks, I'm going to call it right here. I enjoy the conversation. Matt, I'm glad you could join in. A little extended today. That's good. I hope you were successful with the gobos today. Looking forward to your upcoming videos on champions. Looking forward indeed. Nerdy Ogre, everybody else who joined, I appreciate it. I thank you guys for keeping me company as I get things done here. I hope you guys got something done. Of course, Richard L. from France via the Netherlands. Good to meet him. Very interesting conversation we had today. Yeah, very interesting indeed. And folks, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, fantastical weekend. And we're going to see you guys again. So, till next time, folks, you guys hang in there. And you know why? It's only going to get better. We'll talk to you soon. Take care, folks. See you, Matt.